Hello everybody, welcome back to my FF8 Remastered live stream. We are definitely early today. Happy Thursday, and well, yep, lots of things happened yesterday. So I hope everybody is doing great today. Alright. If you like my content, hit that like and subscribe button. And I appreciate everybody's interactions and support. Okay, so let's begin. I think I'll do a double stream, two separate streams, if we're good in whatever's gonna happen today. Anyway, let's start. So for those who missed yesterday's stream, we started disc 2 and we took a very long time in getting what we need in the desert prison. I think we've spent like about 4-5 hours on Triple Triad alone. So now we're controlling Selphie onto the part where we are now going to infiltrate the missile base. Okay. So we need to let's see. All right. Go ahead. Really? Phew. Following the launch on Base Garden, please prepare for the launch of Balamb Garden. All units, take your positions. Ew, this uniform is itchy and smelly. When the hell is launch time? It doesn't matter. We have to stop the missiles. That's all there is to it, right? If there's a door, we go in. If there's anything we can break, we break. And in the end, we blow this place to smithereens. Well, let's do it. Let's get a move on. So, here's the thing. We're going to do a perfect seed rank for this mission, which involves selecting the correct actions and picking the lowest time possible once we are now about to self-destruct the entire base. So let's try not to screw up here. So we're all set. Let's go inside. It's locked! Insert ID card? But we don't have one! Selphie, stop yelling! I found this in the car. Maybe it'll work? Verifying. Access granted. Woohoo! Yikes! there's someone there. What to do? What to do? So here, we'll just walk by quietly. It might look suspicious if you run. Let's just walk by here. Hey you! Stop right there! Yikes! Do we look that suspicious? Ha! Walking in the single file. Your parents must have raised you well. That's very good manners. Always be thankful to your parents for bringing you up. Yes, sir. Wow, that was weird. What a strange man. We're under tight security now. Don't be walking about. So the highest possible number of ranks we can get here by completing the mission perfectly is 2. You can only get 1 if you did not pick the 10-minute timer on the self-destruct mechanism. So we are gonna do 2 ranks for this one. The missile launchers are about in this door. This place is off limits. There's a hidden draw point here, so... And the full life here is, restockable. It's refillable. I'm doing an inspection now. Come back later. Wait, did I have everybody learned here? Yeah, I did. I'm busy now. What do you want? Oh yeah. Aren't supposed to inspect the circuit room soon? Oh, it's that time already? We're doing the real thing today, so there's no way we have time for it. Sorry to trouble you, but could you deliver a message for us? Tell the guys by the missile launcher to go on ahead and that we'll catch up with them later. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, so remember the dialogue, so we'll have to deliver the message correctly to this guy. Excuse me, sir. I have a message for you. Well, what is it? What was it again? So the correct answer is to go on ahead. It's about inspecting the circuit room. The maintenance team said they were too busy, so that you should go on ahead. Oh, okay. But I'm still not done here, you know. Could you tell them I can't go just yet? Thanks, I appreciate it. They said they were too busy to go too. Gee, what do we do? Guess we have no choice but to go. Alright. Can we ask you to go? What? Hey, that's not cool. What if the base commander finds out? It'll be fine. All we do is go and make sure everything's up and running anyway. Well, I hope you're right. So, that's that. We're counting on you. Yes, sir. Woo! Blow the place to smithereens! I can tell Selfie's addicted. Not gonna lie. The maintenance team asked us to take their place for the inspection. Oh, really? Then I guess my shift is over. I'm gonna call in my relief. Go ahead with the inspection. So for here, it doesn't matter which action you take. It's either you let Selfie do the work or we mash the button right. Alright. Does anybody have a Blazara? No. I'm not just... This must be the control panel. But I'm not sure what to do. Just hit whatever. I'm not sure what to do, so I'll just press whatever. That's strange. Nothing happened. Maybe I should try again. Here goes nothing. Huh? Hey! The lights went out! Electrical system malfunction. Maintenance team, investigate immediately. We should get the hell out. Now. Alright. Next! Hey you! What's going on here? Ah man, really bad timing. So let's try not to blow our cover. So let's not force a fight. Try to talk my way out. What kind of excuse should I use? So we'll just have to go in with trying to call on them. So we were just about to go call on you. We were just about to go call on you. Alright then, let us take care of it. Hey, what are you doing? Who are you? Damn it. Woohoo! Let's keep moving. Selfie can get a little carried away at times. Hey, could you lend us a hand? The power is down and we need some help. I guess so. Come on. Hey you! Haven't seen you around before. We'll play it cool. Well, we need some help in here. I guess it doesn't really matter who. Do you think you can lend a hand? This way. Follow me. Unbelievable. Power failure at a crucial time like this. What the heck are the maintenance guys doing? Yeah, that's the one. Alright, run in between the two guys and two on either side. Good work. All we need to do now is confirm the coordinates on the control panel. The program should be ready to go. You guys get on it. Hey, the control panel? Now we're talking. I'm sorry. Ouch. Okay, let's go to the control panel. Let's just smash this baby. Yeah, bust it up real good. But it'll be a mega bummer if we launch the missiles by mistake. So should we hold back a little and just mess around with it for a bit? Yeah, I guess. Alright, so we need to poke around with the system so we cannot exit. So, what do you think you're doing? Exiting the program? You haven't done anything yet. This is the kind where you set the coordinates. Maybe if we set the error ratio all the way up, it'll lower the chance of a direct hit? Hold on a moment. So I know there's something of an Easter egg here. I somehow can't make it happen. There we go. What the? What's up with this thing? What's this? I wonder if it means anything. Alright. Now let's... So we need to set the error ratio to the maximum, so we'll just have to... Here it is, and if you try to leave... Yo! What's the point of this? It'll be a direct hit for sure! So crank it all the way to maximum. And then we need to upload the data. Upload the coordinates. Oh my god, my dogs are barking. Okay. Let's see what happens now. Alright, let's get out of here. So that's the point where we set the missile's error ratio to maximum. So you can do this by simply not blowing your cover or So by so you can do this. You can do this if your cover is blown or not, or in a perfect performance. So in the event that your cover is blown, you will have to trigger the self-destruct mechanism, attempt to leave the base, and then come back. That way you will have to get one of the access cards from one of the soldiers just to get to the terminal to change the missile coordinates. And you gotta mind the timer, and depends on how fast you are. But you can cut the encounters with ink none, or if you're playing on the remastered version, enable the no encounters cheat. Okay, I think we're about done here. So I'm gonna do some changes in the junctions for now. I'm gonna give the reflex to the members, because I know the upcoming boss has reflected in their list. Arvine has one, Quistis has one. Okay, this will do. She has Carbuncle. Go. This place is off limits. You're not allowed out here. But we have come to report on the missile coordinate data. Oh, very well. Go right ahead. Did we have someone get CUNY in our base? All systems go, sir. Everything's all set, sir. We had some minor setbacks, but proceed as scheduled. We're running behind. Prepare for the final launch phase. Roger! Roger! Attention, this is the control room. We're now entering the final phase of the missile launch. Take your designated positions and prepare for the launch. Huh? What are you doing in here? We've come to report on the missile coordinates. Oh. Don't move. I want you to look suspicious. You're the intruders. No use hiding it now. That salute you just did was completely wrong. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. Something came up. The worst of timings. Anyway, whereas I know you hiding it now. That salute you just did was completely wrong. Yikes! Well, at least we made it this far. It's about time we rumbled. What are you doing? Ta-da! Phew! Finally! This military uniform is itchy and it stinks! Time for us to get serious! Of course, you gotta run. Nope. Yeah, let's stock some more reflex from these guys. Are they from Garden? Go for the weak one. So they'll target Selfie. with magic.
men! How dare you! Captain! My men! How dare you!
Okay then, let's stop the missiles, blow the base to smithereens, and get out of here! We should be able to stop the missile launch from here. I think we should split up and look. I don't think it's this one. I don't think this is it, which means... Yo, look! I found it! Oh yeah! Ruleset, baby! Woohoo! All we need to find now is the self-destruct mechanism. But the self-destruct mechanism doesn't seem to be in here. Good point. Anyway. Okay, Zella Standara. Hey! This is the self-destruct mechanism for the base! Let's see here... Huh? We have to set a time? Okay, so here is the breaking point of how we are gonna get penalized for picking a high timer option. So if you want to get the perfect seed rank for this mission, we'll have to do it in 10 minutes. So even though if we pick 20, 30, 40, it'll screw up the final ranking. So let's pick 10 minutes. Let's see here. Self-destruct mechanism activated. 10 minutes until destruction. All staff evacuate the base immediately. I repeat. Woohoo! Let's hurry on out of here! Huh? Hey, what was that noise? Hey, why won't open? Come on, hey! Open up! Selfie, we need to get out of here, now! And they're leaving the facility. There's no way I'm letting you all live! It'll be inexcusable to Sorceress Ideya. I don't want to suffer her wrath. Are you men ready? Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Alright, let's go! Okay, so let's, Okay, Selfie's covering. Good, good. Let's just get out of here. Can't let them seize this MRV. Keep attacking anyway. Yes, sir! I can't control it! What? That piece of crap! What the hell, Captain? It needs repairs, sir. We'll kill him first. let's set up Squall and the party's junctions for me. Are we locked in? Skull will take care of the rest, right? I wonder if he'll organize the garden festival. Nah, can't count Skull on that. It's all over. I've always thought about when this day would come. Living a life full of battles. I guess you could say I was prepared. But when I think this is really it, damn, it pisses me off. Squall, did you put me on this team because you hated me? What are you all saying? Squall chose us because he believed in us. I'm sure of it. We can do it. That's what he thought when he made this team. Isn't that right, Squall? Oh, thank goodness. Everything looks alright. Looks like they did it. Still, the missiles could be on their way. We have to report to the headmaster. Come on! Okay, we got 2 seed rings. This is good. So that's the maximum you can get. So before we go on and enter the garden, let's get out of here first. because we got some unfinished business with Triple Triad, so let's try to change the card rules. So this will take a while. Okay, so this is the guy who you can wipe out the entire rules that you currently play in Triple Triad. So if you want to cancel or if you want to flush every rule that you have, talk to this guy. But first, let's try to play some games with let's play some games with the locals. Okay. Let's try it again. I don't think we don't need to. I don't think we need to abolish everything because nothing happened. Of course, the same doesn't exist anymore. Good. Yep, silly on me. But if you choose to wipe out everything, this is what will happen. Talk to this guy and all the rules are gone. ready to go.
Find the headmaster!
What's going on? Are they evacuating?
Seize him! Kill him if you have to! Go!
What? So if you wanna disobey the Garden Master faculty, we'll need to pick the quote-unquote wrong decision so that he may force us to fight monsters. But in return, we may be able to rescue some of the students and give us some rewards. So yeah, screw the Garden faculty. At this point, we're gonna be random. There it is.
Hey, Winfrey! Which side are you on? Answer the question! Are you with the Garden Master, or are you with Sid?
I don't understand what you're talking about. Do you swear your allegiance to Garden Master Org? Hell no! Can you tell me what's going on?
I'm the one asking the questions. You're just supposed to follow orders. Hey, what kind of attitude is that? You with Sid, aren't you?
Org is the true ruler of the garden. A lot of people miss this part, but if you talk to the garden faculty right here, he will also summon monsters.
Another one of Sid's followers? Prepare to die! Seize them!
Everything's in chaos. The monsters from the training center are everywhere. The members of the Garden Master's faction set them free. Watch your back, man. If you're going inside, take this. Hey, you're back! What's going on here? I don't know. At first they were saying something about running up the scenes, you know? Now everyone's either siding with the Garden Master or the Headmaster and fighting everywhere, you know? Disturbing. Disappointing for the disciplinary committee. All our work for nothing, you know? Why are seats being targeted? And where's the Headmaster? Is he safe? We got no clue. We need to see him right away. It's important. Gabatan missiles may be heading this way. What? We gotta get out of here! Ouch! He's alright. We'll warn everyone about the missiles. Man, this is no time to be fighting, you know. We'll go look for the Headmaster. Caution! Yeah, the fighting is intense everywhere. And watch out for those Garden Master goons, you know. And you too? Headmaster or Garden Master? Hey, just like Fujin said, you know. Always safer. Always have, always will. Safer. He sided with the sorceress. You guys alright with that? Looks like Sid has some decent pawns. This is getting nowhere. Call the monsters! Let's get in there! More seeds here? Oh my! Can you stand up? Why are you helping me? I'm with the Garden Master. Stop being ridiculous. I don't care which side you're on. We need to take care of those wounds now. You hear? Squall, don't just stand there. Give me a hand. What's all this faction mumbo jumbo? It's ridiculous. You're looking for Sid? As you can see, he's not here. Do you have any idea? Zoo might know. I have no idea where she is though. Why are you looking for him anyway? I need to inform him that there may be missiles heading this way. You should get out of here too. Are you serious? Then I'm definitely gonna have to stay. If anybody gets hurt, who's gonna look after them? Ouch! Sorry. Squall, take this. You'll probably need it. Here's Nita. Hey, Squall. Who are you? What? Oh man, it's me. We passed the seat exam together. I can't believe you forgot. Oh yeah. Gee. Well, it's just like you to forget. Come on, I got this place covered. Reinforcements.
Another one of Zid's followers! Die! Now, attack!
Okay, we're back in order. Nothing looks damaged so far. Who's there? Whose side are you on? I'm with the headmaster. That's what I thought. Who's this garden master anyway? The headmaster had most of the seeds evacuate. He said something about the true battle for seed is yet to come, and now's not the time. You won't find the headmaster here. We're gonna hold up here for a little longer. Here, take this. You kidding me? Another one of Sid's followers! Die! Stall them! So once the bombs increases their level tier, they may be able to enlarge themselves and self-destruct. So you can also try to inflict berserk on them so that they won't blow up on you. Thanks for the backup. If you're looking for the headmaster, he isn't here. We've gathered here to make them believe that he's in here. If they attacked us all at once, there's no way we could hold them off, even if we are seeds. The others are doing the same thing in other areas. Essentially, we're cutting them off. Brilliant, huh? It wasn't our idea, though. Who came up with it? Zoo. She took charge immediately when this whole thing began. Hey Squall, tell those traitors to bring it on. As you can see, the headmaster isn't here. Here, you can have this. Something that we cannot use later. We're definitely against what they're doing. Oh, I hope my brother's alright.
What? Another one of Sid's followers? Prepare to die! You're siding with the headmaster?
Yay, seed rank A!
Another one of Sith's followers, die! This garden belongs to Norg. Sir! What the?
It was just a hologram. Pretty cool, huh? As you can see, he isn't here either. Take this. It may come in handy. Keep looking. You'll find him. Over here! She's one of the headmaster's seeds! The junior classmen are with her! Don't let them escape! Oh shoot! I'm sorry. I'm gonna fight too! This should be interesting. Ah! I'm not training every day for nothing! Come on! Why, you little... Let's help them. You'll have to get past me first.
Another one of Sith's followers, die!
Those opposed to Norg must die! Thanks, Squall. Here, I hope this helps. The headmaster? He isn't here. Thank you. Thanks. Someday I'm gonna become a great seed just like you. Nope, he's not here. Maybe he's here. You're a Squall, huh? I heard about you. If there's anything you want, it's not free, of course. What's taking so long? Hurry up! Another one of Sid's followers die! Face the wrath of this monster. Thanks for your help. The headmaster? He's definitely not here. Hey Squall! I'm doing my best, just like everybody else. Please take this. So the pigtail girl has different rewards. So if Zell is not in your party, she will instead give you a remedy. Otherwise, she will give a Mega Phoenix. Hold on. Sue? She went up? Whose side are you on? Neither. We have urgent news. We need to see the headmaster now. Where is he? Just trust us, Sue. There's no more time to waste. Okay. I'm listening. Galbajan missiles may be heading this way. Here? Alright, I'll inform him right away. Where is he? In his office. He made it look like he's hiding, but he's been there all along. Follow me. He's waiting for you. I'll go tell everyone to evacuate. Sir. Zoo has been told me about the missiles. The intercom is down, so we can't announce the order to evacuate. Zoo, Reijin, and Fujin are taking care of that. I want you to assist them and then evacuate. What's on your mind? But I have a lot to report. You can tell me later. Or you might be dead later. Do you have a problem with that? Yeah. What are you going to do? Sir, what are you going to do? I'm going to stay here and see this to the end. After all, this place is like my home. Sir! I don't think that's a good idea. You can rest assured, I'm just going to try something. There still may be a way to save the garden. Against missiles? How? Squall, we can't just leave him. I'm too old for this. Sir, I'd like to handle whatever it is that you're planning. And why is that? I don't know. Because he might screw up. Because I want to do more than just announce the evacuation. Because this place is important to me too. Because I want to find out your plan. Because this is my home. I have too many reasons. I don't know why. Who cares? My feelings have nothing to do with it, sir. Quistis was right. You do have a hard time expressing your feelings. Why bother? And what is this? Why am I being judged? Sir, please tell us your plan! This building used to be a shelter long before it was remodeled into the garden as we know it. Use that key to open the lock on the elevator. Opening the lock will give you access to the MD level. Rumor has it that further below the MD level, there is some kind of a control system. It was used when this place was still a shelter, so I've never seen it. And I have no idea what it does. All I know is that it was used for a shelter, so it might prove effective against the missiles. That's what I'm betting on. Sounds pretty far-fetched, but I guess it's better than doing nothing. I understand. We'll find the control system and check it out. Good luck to all of you. Who knows what you may run into down there. Make sure you're prepared before you go down. So Sid acts as a save point at this stage. So, okay, we're good here. We'll have to give everybody fire magic here because the enemies that we'll face here will have resistance against weakness against fire. Can't be stuck forever. It's just an elevator. There's always a way out. It's not responding. Let's go. Nobody's been here for a while, so be careful. An oil stratum. Watch out for enemies weak against fire around here. If you junction fire elemental magic, battles should be much easier. We have the elemental attack J ability. There we do. If we have the elemental attack J ability, we can junction magic to increase the strength of our physical attacks for that magic's element. For example, if you junction fire to the elemental attack, when you choose attack, the fire elemental will be added to your physical attacks. This way you will have an advantage over enemies that are weak against fire. remember how. Okay, let's go. Oh, where is it? Ah, come on. Oh man. Seriously? A dead end? I guess we have no choice but up. So, like, where does it go? Looks like that room. So, Squall? Now what? I'll go take a look. You two wait here. Wow, the frame rate here is so bad. Squall, are you alright? Yeah. Gee whiz, that sure was close, eh? Yeah, but this is no time to be relieved. The missiles might be on our way. Okay, annoying boss incoming. Oops, wrong command. We have to hurry. They might be coming any minute now. Looks like we're here. So, what now? I don't have the slightest clue. So, like, are we just gonna stare at it all day? How am I supposed to know? Even the headmaster doesn't know. Squall, do you have any idea what you're doing? I don't know. What else I can do? Uh-oh. No way! Missiles incoming! We're moving? I see. So this is the secret. This is amazing. Unbelievable. I wonder what's going on outside. Squall, let's go see. Yeah, let's go take a look, Squall. I'm concerned about the others. Can you go check? Hello, Mr. B. I'm rooting for you. You can count on me. What's going on? I was hiding for a while, and now I see all this chaos. Man, I'm really scared. Obviously you're not, eh? What the hell is this? Nobody told us this thing can fly! This is crazy. Okay, just calm down, take a deep breath. Whew. First, the Garden Master's men started rounding up seeds. Then, the fighting began. All of a sudden, the garden began to shake violently. Then, the missiles came. And now, we're flying. Ah, my back's killing me. so cool! Whee! We're flying! Man, what the hell are we doing? Sitting around doing nothing while those things were coming at us?
Hey, have you been outside yet? It's amazing. Just go down the hall and check it out.
It's incredible. Go check it out.
Let's check it out.
Of course, the scene is just shortened if you don't have Reno in the party. Well, I have her and Zell in my original stream. It's the headmaster. Get back onto the bridge on the double. Squall, the controls aren't responding. I don't know what to do. We're going to crash into the town of Balamb if we don't do something. We need to do something fast. Oh man, there's the town. Squall, can you think of anything? No. Squall! We're closing! Do something! How should I know? Damn! Now what? Yes! We're turning! Man, phew! That was close. Brace yourselves, we're going to crash into the sea! Everybody, hold on to something! Phew! Squall, everyone, a job well done. I think the worst is behind us for now. Where are we heading? We'll drift along for the time being, until we figure out how to maneuver the garden. So, it looks like we can finally relax for a while, and spend some time considering what to do next. So much for my room. Where am I going to change now? Has it been since we started moving? There's not much more to do now. We've taken care of all of the monsters in the garden. Oh yeah, I still have to report to the headmaster. There's a lot of things I want to ask about too. He's probably still busy, trying to re-establish order in the garden. We're in the middle of nowhere. Man, I'm bored. I hate having nothing to do. Gets me thinking too much. I hope Selfie and the others are alright. Was it wrong for me to let them go? I wonder how Renoa and Zell felt about it. That sorceress. Who is she? Why fire missiles at the garden? Is Safe ever coming back? I'll get even with him next time. I fell asleep again. Garden Master Norg. Who is he? I've never met this Norg. Is there going to be another conflict in the garden? Okay, so if you have Rinoa in the party, you will instead give her a tour. Otherwise, it's just Squall in his lonesome. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take a break from the stream. But first, let us change some junctions for the meantime. So I'm going to purposely have Mug here remove elemental junctions, because the next boss will have some sub-enemies that will be ineffective against magic in general. So we'll have that. Okay, we're all good here. I'll keep Mug because the next boss will have more valuable items rather than getting wizard stones. Okay, so let's end this particular stream. I will take a break, and then we'll resume later with the next part of the game story. So I'll see you guys maybe in a few hours.